Let's take a quick look at solving absolute value equations and inequalities. Okay, so first of all, let's just review what absolute value means. Absolute value is a number's distance from zero regardless of direction. So if the absolute value of a number is, say, 7, that number could either be positive 7 or negative 7 because both positive 7 and negative 7 are 7 units away from 0. So let's take a look at this little equation. Let's solve the absolute value of x equals 3. Well, what could x be? There are two numbers that x could be equal to because there are two places on the number line that are 3 units away from 0, either here at negative 3 or here at positive 3. So the solution to this absolute value equation has two solutions. We would say that x is either negative 3 or x is equal to negative 3, sorry about that, or x is equal to positive 3. Okay, let's some examples that might involve a little bit more work. Now, when it comes to solving absolute value equations, the first thing you want to do is you want to isolate the absolute value symbol. So if there's anything on the outside of the absolute value symbol, you want to get rid of that first. So we can see that 8 is being added to this absolute value. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 8 from both sides, and we get the absolute value of x is equal to 4. So since absolute value means distance from 0, that means that there are two places on the number line that are 4 units away from 0. That's at negative 4 and at positive 4. So we're going to say that x is equal to, whoops, I want to do that in blue, sorry. X is either equal to negative 4, or we would say that x is equal to positive 4. Okay, let's do another example. So notice this time, again, we want to isolate this absolute value symbol, and we have. So if you think of the absolute value of something being equal to 7, that means that there are two places on the number line that are 7 units away from 0. Let me go ahead and put 0 on this number line. So that means that this expression inside the absolute value symbol can either be equal to negative, hold on, let me fix that. So x minus 2, what's inside the absolute value symbol, can either be equal to negative 7, or x minus 2 can be equal to positive 7. So you can see we have two little equations now that we need to solve. So let's do that real quick. And we get two solutions. X is either equal to negative 5, or x can be equal to 9. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I've represented our solutions here, but I'm going to go ahead and show the solutions on the number line. That means our two solutions are either negative 5 or positive 9. Okay, in this example, we can see that the absolute value symbol is being multiplied by 5. So our first step is to isolate that absolute value symbol. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. And when we do, we get that the absolute value of x plus 1 is equal to 6. So if you think of a number line, there are two places on the number line that are 6 units away from 0. One is at negative 6 and one is at positive 6. So that means that this expression inside the absolute value symbol is either equal to negative 6, or this expression is equal to positive 6. So we'll write and solve those two equations. So x plus 1 is either equal to negative 6, or x plus 1 is equal to positive 6. Now let's solve each equation. And we get x is equal to negative 7, or if we solve over here, we get that x is equal to 5. So our two solutions are negative 7 and positive 5, and I just want to show you that those both work. So I'm going to go back to the original equation and work it 2 times. I'm going to first put in a negative 7 for x, because I want to show you that that is indeed a solution. So we would get 5 times the absolute value of negative 6 equals 30. The absolute value of negative 6 is 6, so 5 times 6 equals 30. So we can see that the solution of negative 7 worked. Now let's do the same thing. I'm going to plug in our other solution, which is 5. So 5 times the absolute value of 5 plus 1 equals 30. That would be 5 times the absolute value of 6 equals 30. The absolute value of 6 is 30. The absolute value of 6 is 6, and 5 times 6 is 30. So I just wanted to show you that both of those solutions are valid solutions. They both worked when we put them into the original equation. Okay, so now you're going to try some problems on your own.